Hi, and welcome to my Affliction League Start character video. It's going to be Animate Weapon of Self-Reflection, and I was just doing this for fun. I just wanted to play something totally new, and I didn't really care how good it was going to be, and I won't even like come out here and say this is amazing, you should try it. It's going to be the new meta. I don't know exactly how good it's going to be. It's been pretty good so far. I still need a lot of currency to reach my goals with this build, and I don't know quite yet if it's going to get like uber level. I'm positive it's going to get past like uber elder, like the regular uber elder, and at least get that high. Depends how much currency I pump into it. So if it ends up turning out good, only reason I'm making a video about it is because for some reason Animate Bukake, my character, is on poe.ninja. That's how few people are playing this skill, which is shocking to me because it's super out of date. It has me at level 79 and has my old gloves, like my Act 10 gloves. Yeah, it doesn't even have my links up to date. We're 87 now, and we've got our Polaric Invitation. This is going to be my second red map. It did a T12 earlier just because the last one corrupted into a T12. This one stayed 11, and it's really strong in the axe if you just start with the amulet and a good weapon, which I'll go over in a little bit. But Animate Weapon of Self-Reflection, it's so cool. You animate the weapon you have equipped. So as a summoner, you're now equipping a beefy high damage weapon, and that's going to be like the core of your build. And so the one weapon I think everybody is thinking about the most for this is Rakiata's Dance, big two-hander sword with awesome effects. It's high damage. It might end up being the best potential, or it could just end up being that like a super giga crafted two-handed sword is going to be the best in slot. It depends how good it ends up being with the more budget or the more middle of the road strategies are. What I'm going for probably isn't going to be the highest damage potential, but like I said, I think it's going to be more than good enough for what I'm going to be willing to put into it. And so I'll be sure to make a follow-up build. I'm going with an added cold variant with one-handed weapons. So you get significantly fewer animate weapons in exchange for animating the one that you actually have. Quality increases the number. We don't know yet. It's not on the wiki or in the path building, but I don't think that you can increase the limit of animate weapons with gem levels. It starts at 5 at level 1, and then only the stats go up. So gem levels will help a little bit, but I don't think gem level is really going to be the best way to scale this build's damage. Maybe enhance, right? Like you get another 20%, maybe Ashes of the Stars. I'm going to avoid going Ashes of the Stars if I can because I'm really happy about using this thing. Shady Breath. I've had my eye on this. It's kind of like a Pandemonius from Minions. It's pretty good. I mean, it's a nice chunk of flat cold, and as soon as POB is updated enough, I'll dive into it and see if I can get rid of this. But for now, this is giving me an excuse to go Scion and go only cold and added cold. And my first thought was going to be Frost Breath, and then I read more suggestions online and discussions and realized that White Wind is about the same but a little better, and I tested them and this is a little better than Frost Breath. So Frost Breath is like the baby brother of Paradoxica. Paradoxica I think is going to be better than White Wind. I mean, it's pretty obvious. I'd be shocked if it isn't. But White Wind is pretty damn good. 193% increased cold damage while your offhand is empty. Character doesn't care obviously about their own weapon damage. Animate Weapon has an empty offhand, so it gets the cold damage and the spell suppression. And if that 193% is local, then that's, what, 90, whatever the math is, 96.5% as good as the double damage. With one added bonus, it's not actually double damage, even if it was a 200% roll. And Grave Pact, if you're using a Paradoxica or Frost Breath, you already have 100% double damage. You're losing half the value of Grave Pact, which means that you'd only be taking Grave Pact for the minion accuracy, which probably isn't a big deal, but it feels bad. I hate little anti-synergies like that. So White Wind is really strong, especially with the fact that it's just dirt cheap. Frost Breath is a little more expensive, actually. I bought a really well-rolled Frost Breath, and this ended up beating it out noticeably. Also, a huge amount of flat evasion. On this character, I have not gone into my aura decisions yet. I'm just kind of still basically out of Axe. I'm really not big changes since then, except getting like a 6 link. But how high does that go? Up to 1500, right? Yeah, up to 1500 flat evasion is pretty dang awesome. So I'm thinking this is going to be another Grace build. We'll have to see. So for now, it's a pretty basic tree as a Scion starting here and coming through. I did go with Path of the Witch so that I can start from the Witch, but I actually want to get to this Jewel Socket. I really want the skill duration. It really helps to have your skill duration. So you take both of these and finally animate weapons in a good place once you have both of these wheels. And so if I'm going to be pathing down to here from either starting point, then I might as well come down here. Shaper's really good anyway. So I don't see yet a better place to start the tree, so it feels weird. Other than that, we're just taking life and block, and we got Tempest Shield and minion damage and more life. Mana's really comfortable right now. I could squeeze in a little bit more, so I'll make a build update once it's all a little more optimized. Right now, it's still very much just a very much a fresh character that needs a lot of work. I think Replica Covenant is just the point. I'm just right now trying to save up for Replica Covenant. I'm like halfway there probably. And then one thing I've noticed is that your animate weapons can die, which sucks a lot. So I decided to get one Feasting Fiends really fast. Literally any node except for Skeletal Atrophy for your second notable will push Feasting Fiends up front, which is really nice. So I bought this for like 5 chaos. I'm going with an Elegant Hubris. I'm going to upgrade this later, but that's the jewel that gets you Slumlord. There's another Slumlord here, but I didn't shop for it having that one because I'm not going to go to that. I'm not going to path over there. It's too far. And Eternal Resilience, a nice little trick. Gain endurance charges every second if you've been hit recently. So you're going to be at maximum endurance charges most of the time. That lets you take advantage of cast when damage taken and Immortal Call. And being a Scion and taking our Guardian node, we got a lot of regen from our auras every 4 seconds. And no, there's nothing from the Witch. Anyway, and then I'll replace this with one with a different Conqueror to get the Supreme Ostentation Keystone. Reason being, Paradoxica requires 212 dexterity to equip, which is a pain in the ass, and I don't want to do it. I don't want to do that. Supreme Ostentation fixes that. It says you get no benefits from attributes, but you have no more attribute requirements. And that will let me focus on my rares on more minion damage and life and chaos resist and top everything off. And actually going to be kind of low on uniques overall, being, 1, 2, 3, but I think that's, and then our body armor, whatever. Now this, I won't say is required for the build. This is how I chose to go with. These are the only things I really spent much currency on, and that is Profane Proxy, which was like 40 chaos when I bought it. I think that price is just going to go down in time. That's where I put my Curse, Frostbite, so that my chilling Skitterbots, my animate weapons deal cold damage, so they already chill, so I don't need that half of Skitterbots anyway. And the reason I'm doing that isn't just convenience. I got the Exploding Charm. So this was, I think, 70, maybe 80 chaos when I bought it. Exploding Charm requires, it's the Occultist Explode node, and requires that those enemies already be cursed, so you need curses to be automated. It's either going to be Profane Proxy or Blasphemy, and I don't want to reserve any mana for Blasphemy. I've got big plans for my mana reservation as I build this character. For Spectres, I am actually using new Spectres, but it's just the meat sacks, the perfect meat sacks. They just give some more minion life. 40%. I don't know if 2 of them both give 40% increased minion life. I think they do. so I think they come out to 80%, but I can't be sure. Regardless, I just wanted to see if they would live, and they have lived. It was like a level 70 and a level 50 corpse, and I bought them for like 2 chaos each, and they actually have lived for a long time now. So I'm thinking I can keep them alive, because I had to put investment into defense for minions to keep the animate weapons alive and fighting anyway. So I think this build will be able to safely invest in an animate guardian, which definitely is coming, and the really expensive specter corpses. Dude, Perfect Hydra is like 4 divs right now, and I need it. It's got the hatred aura. I have to do hatred myself, although I'm gonna have to think about it and plan it out. I can put hatred on generosity on this character. I don't know if that's even gonna be as good, because the Hydra hatred aura has a higher level, so we'll have to see. Again, gonna plan it out and definitely update. And so I'm just gonna do a quick show. Again, I'm not calling this build amazing. It's just new and kind of unique. So I like that I'm doing something different. And I'm going to do this boss real quick. And that was elemental damage with attacks I swapped in from melee splash. Get our 6. I'm not great at talking and playing at the same time. Make sure to keep attacking and casting every 10 seconds. Get your dance to block chance.
Starfire! Astral Avalanche!
Alright, where's it coming from? Ah! Let me see. You want to be on the warm side. That's right.
Solar Stone!
Ah! I really like being able to use whirling blades.
Starfire!
Where you at, buddy? He's almost done. He's almost done. Gotcha. Alright, so I guess the damage right now is probably about 1 million, maybe actually less, like 700,000. I'm not even sure. So I'm positive it can go a lot higher, and more investment will come. And if you know anything that could improve this build quickly, I'd like to know what you think. And as far as mapping goes, I mean, I would like to show it, but you know, it's got explosions. It's doing T12s now. It was pretty comfy. One thing I just don't like doing Affliction or the Wildwood on every map. It kind of depends what map I'm doing. So what I'll usually do is the Wildwood is right there at the beginning of your map. I will just go the other direction and clear the map and loop around. And by the time I finish clearing the map, I'm right back at the Wildwood entrance. Go inside, look for vendors, buy my charms, buy my corpses if I find anything good, and then I'm done. I find that to be a lot safer, and I don't find there to be that much better loot with the Wildwood touching everything. And it's such a pain in the ass when like Syndicate is Wildwood touched. Fuck that, it's a pain in the ass. Not till later. But thanks for watching.